Oh, good evening. Good evening. Hold on, let's come on screen here. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, good evening. Let's do a few introductions, and then we'll definitely introduce the lead developer of BDM Community. Hey, Shop Free Mart. I think you might have been the first. What are you? Was it you or was it Abby who was here first? I think it was one of you two that was here first. Hey, James, how are you doing, my friend? And Marge, Jim, Charles, and Passive Pathway. Abraham, Bukasa, Ken, Ravon, or is it Raven? Am I saying Ravon or Raven? Forgive me. One of those I messed up. Hey, David. Is it Saya or Sia? Again, one of those I messed up. I might have messed them both up. Forgive me if I did. Hey, Sheldon and Natasha and Pauline, Mike and Lyndon, and other folks that will be coming on. Want to welcome you to BDM Community to our Thursday night Zoom. I'll be sharing a little bit later after we introduce John. Now, I will tell you beforehand. I've been having some coughing fits throughout the day. My scratch. I was going to say my scratch is a little throaty. No, my throat it's a little scratchy. My scratch is a little throaty. That's interesting. All right, so maybe I need to just be quiet right now and just bring on the lead developer of BDM Community, John Austin. John, it's yours, my friend.
Well, thank you, Professor. And maybe there's something going around because my throat's been a little scratchy too.
You know, my scratch is a little throaty.
Anyway, good evening, BDM family. Welcome each and every one of you to our BDM community Zoom call. Whether you're here for the first time or you've been rocking with us for a while, you're in the right place at the right time for something powerful. We are a family of visionaries, dreamers, and doers. And tonight, you're surrounded by people with a vision, people who dare to believe that life can be better, richer, fuller, and not years from now, but starting today. We've created a community where your dreams of debt freedom, groceries in your pantry, gas tanks filled, dream vacations, new cars, and beautiful homes are not just possible, they are expected. We're talking about creating a life where you no longer have to struggle to make ends meet because you're surrounded by a community that believes in giving, growing, and going higher together. And how do we do that? With crowdfunding and a unique compensation plan that pays up to 20 times what other compensation plans pay. And here's something powerful you need to know. Crowdfunding produced the highest payouts for participants in 2024 across industries, across platforms, and it's already on track to shatter those records in 2025. People all over the world are waking up to this truth. The fastest way to fund your vision is through community, and that's exactly what we've built. Because we live by a truth that most people never discover. In order to receive, you first must give. It's called the law of the harvest. When you give, you grow. When you sow, you reap. When you believe, you receive. So tonight, open your heart, listen to see what we have created, if what we have created sparks something inside of you. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. Let's dive in, let's learn, let's build a life of abundance we all deserve. Welcome to our BDM community where we get blessed by blessing others.
All right, family. All right, Passive Pathway. Let's go to work, Ken Casey. So again, welcome to BDM community. And again, let me apologize up front if I cough a little more, a little excessively, um, because as we just realized right before we introduced John, my scratch is a little throaty. My throat is a little scratchy. All right, welcome to BDM community where generosity meets financial freedom. Private is powerful. It is purpose driven. All right, so let's highlight our some of our clubs. All right, we've got our $10 gas club, our $20 grocery club, meaning to be a part of our gas club is just a $10 outlay. To be a part of our grocery club is just a $20 outlay. $50 car club, $149 travel club. Now, I'm going to stop there when we get to that, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the travel club, and then the $250 house club. Now, we also have some elite clubs that go all the way up to $20,000. Okay. But we're going to focus on the 10, 20, 50, 149, 250 clubs on this evening. Now, what you see there, the gas club, grocery club, car club, house club, those are all crowd funding components. Okay. The travel club is there's actual a product or service backed by a major travel company that we've partnered with that's been in the travel arena and the savings arena for over 25 years. The reason these clubs are so important, let's take a look, for instance, at the gas club. So the BDM gas club, never pay gas out of your pocket again. See, where we want to get BDM community members is whether it is your gas expense, whether it's your grocery expense, whether it's your travel, whether it's your car, whether it's your house, that ultimately you're paying for those expenses out of your profits and not your pocket. So let's start with the gas club, only $10 outlay. Now, this is an active building platform. So I want to introduce folks to these various clubs and have some folks come aboard with me with these various clubs. Now, why wouldn't I be able to refer a few folks when the uh, uh, barriers to entry are so very low, just $10. Okay. Now, if I refer three of my friends, it'll be free. Actually, I'll have some profit. But if I refer four, that will even offer more. So what I want you to be thinking as you go throughout with all of these clubs is, I want to refer at least four because therein lies much more. Okay. All right. So remember the gas club and the grocery club. All right, that's part of our crowdfunding. So when someone is connected to you, we often refer to it as being coded to you, and they participate with the gas club or the grocery club, the house club, the car club. 80% of their contribution of their donation is going to go to you. Okay. All right. So we've got the grocery club, here is the car club. So imagine some of the biggest expenses that we have: gas, groceries, especially if you like eggs, right? uh, cars. Now, wouldn't you love to be in the position where, even with all the conversations about tariffs and that's going to increase the price of cars, that's not making a political statement at all. That's going to increase the price of automobiles. If you were able to say, "Not me," I feel for you if you're concerned about that. Matter of fact, you might want to come to this Zoom that we have, or you might want to watch the recorded version of this Zoom so you're not frantic about the next time you need to upgrade your car, you need to buy a new car, you need to go and get a pre-owned car, or what have you. You're not concerned with the sticker shock because it's being paid for out of your profits and not your pocket. All right. So works the same way. All right. A small contribution, small donation, $50. Hey, if I refer three, mine's free and I get some profit. I refer four for even more. Now, this is where I'm going to spend a little more time and we're going to talk about BDM travel. This is 149. And this is the one component that's not pure crowdfunding, product service behind it. But here's the thing: if you leverage BDM Travel Club, chances are you will save on an annual basis the $10, the $20, the $50, the 149 outlay, and the 250 outlay for the house club. You will likely save that and much more. So let me show you. Okay. All right. So with the BDM Travel Club, you actually get access to this very powerful travel savings engine. I'm going to be traveling on this weekend, and I'll be booking my hotel and looking for restaurants through my BDM travel back office. We're talking vacations, hotels, flights, up to 70% off. Now, flights you're not going to get 70% off. All right, you will see some savings depending on where you're flying to, but not 70% off. But those vacations, those hotels could be. Now let's look at the other tab that says hotels. We're talking about a million plus properties there. When it comes to cruises, we're talking up to 60% off on cruises. I love the local discounts. Okay. I love the local discounts because depending on where you are in the world, maybe you're not ready to go on the African safari. That's me. All right. I want to see the lion and the wildebeest. So I want to see that happen. Okay. But before I do that, I need to get my oil changed. Matter of fact, it's time for an oil change now. Before I do that, all right, I'm going to take my baby, my I call her Dr. Baby, my love interest. By the way, shh, shh. A little bit later on this year, I'm gonna get on my knee and I'm gonna ask for her hand in marriage. Shh. Okay. Well, we're gonna want to go out. All right. Between she and myself, I've got one daughter, biological daughter at home. My two sons are grown. She's got two biological daughters. So she and the three ladies, all right, we like to eat. We like to go out. I'm gonna go into that local discounts. What about movies? Right there, locally. Again, movies. Take that vacation. I'm gonna show you something that's real cool with that. Car rental savings there, and even the discount directors. Actually, I probably spend more there than in any other of these tabs. You'll see why in just a few moments. Apartments, villas, theme parks. So let's talk about hotels. All right. So again, I'm going to be on the road this weekend. Um, should have already done this, right? Should have already done this. So I'm simply going to go to my back end and I'm going to put where I'm going to, when am I checking in, how long am I going to stay. Now, I did this just as a test because I wanted to see if people could really save money. I'm partial to Orlando, don't live there anymore, but had some really good years when I lived there in Orlando. My sons were teenagers and they're young teens, and we would go to the parks since we lived there when it wasn't touristy season and we didn't have to wait long to ride the rides and all that good stuff. So I'm partial to Orlando. Let's say I was going to Orlando. And when I'm staying in a hotel, I'm partial to Embassy Suites. So there's an Embassy Suites in Orlando. Actually, it's in Kissimmee, Florida, right outside of Orlando. And this is the Hilton Orlando, Lake Buena Vista South. Now, this was taken off of hotels.com, which is a property of Expedia. Okay. Now, you can see the pricing there was $192 for that was a one night stay. So if I wanted to stay a couple nights, just double that, right? $218 when you consider taxes, excuse me, and fees. All right. Now let's do the same booking, apples to apples. Okay. Same date. This was back on February, March 21st to checking out on March 22nd. Likely, if I was going to go to Orlando, I would stay more than just one night. Okay. This is Embassy Suites by Hilton Orlando, Lake Buena Vista South. Same property, exact same property. Okay. Price 119 when you consider taxes and fees 137. Wait a minute. Bald head dude, will you rewind that? Let me see what it was from hotels.com. Sure, sure. Even though you call me bald head dude. All right. See, you don't get to have the nice ocean breeze when I go to the beach flow over your scalp like me. Some of you do. You just got to go through all your hair. See, so you call me bald head dude if you wanna. I love my bald head. Anyway, $192, 218 with taxes and fees. Only 137 with taxes and fees, over $80 savings. Now, if I stayed for 2 nights, I would go on and cover the annual outlay for the 149. All right. By the way, those first few um, crowdfunding platforms, the Gas Club, $10, the Grocery Club, $20, the Car Club, $50, the 149 for the Travel Club, and the 250 for the House Club. Okay, those are all now annual renewable. Now, why is that going to be important? Because that's going to provide an annually residual income. Now, the elite clubs are not because they are, higher outlays, but those initial outlays will provide for annual residual income. All right. So look at that savings right there. Let's give you some more savings. There's one part, the one that says take a vacation. I love that because you can do a couple of things there. Number one, you can give a vacation away. Okay, you can give a vacation away. Maybe it's gift giving season. Maybe you want to bless me with an engagement a gift. Go on, feel free to do so. Okay, maybe you want to take a vacation yourself. All right, so here are some of the cities you can vacate to. All right, now is there a timeshare presentation? Say it with me. No, no. Instead, you simply cover the taxes and fees. So let's say we wanted to go to Vegas. Okay. Vegas, 4 days, 3 nights at a hotel option, highly rated by TripAdvisor. All you would pay is $99.72. 4 days, 3 nights for about $33, $34. Now, we're not talking about some place that you would stay, no disrespect, that when you open up the door, you're standing outside. We're not talking about one of those, no disrespect. Okay. We're talking about a highly rated hotel there, $99.72. So here's how this would work. Okay. So let's say you wanted to give this to yourself, or you wanted to give this to a loved one, or maybe you wanted to offer the option for someone to give this to them, at least the ability for them to book their own vacation as an incentive for them showing up to a Zoom, or as an incentive. Maybe you're in car sales. Somebody bought a car from you. Maybe you want to give them a vacation. They would simply pay the taxes and the fees. 4 days, 3 nights, 99.72. Okay. All right. So now we got vacations, we got the hotels, we got the cruises, we got the local discounts. Let's talk about that. So in my local area, 10 minutes from me, there is a Regal movie theater. 10 minutes from me. So I like to go to the movies. So I was thinking, okay, most of the times my day is filled with various things, business wise, business and investment related. And so it would be better for me when I'm not doing a Zoom on Tuesday and Thursday night with BDM Community to go and check out maybe during the week, or maybe over the weekend, or what have you, a non matinee time. All right. So I was looking, and at the time, Mufasa the Lion King, my favorite animal, that lion, right? Mufasa the Lion King. I love that franchise. I was surprised it was still in the theaters back then. All right. One ticket, adult, $15.49. I remember when my mom used to tell me about how she went to the movies and got the popcorn and got the soda and got the candy for like less than $1. That's been a minute, right? Okay. All right. Now, let me go into BDM travel, and instead of paying 15.49, I'm going to Regal. I can just buy a blanket ticket for Regal. I can go to any of the movies that are playing for $9.75 as opposed to 15.49. As a matter of fact, shoot, I might as well go out on a date, right? I have found love again. I was married for 28 years before my lovely wife transitioned, and again found love again, looking to get remarried. Maybe I can get 28 years out of that one. That would put me, ooh, ooh, yeah, I'd have some years on me. Anyway, we could both go for about what I would have paid for one ticket. And we could even save on concessions by going through our back office. Are you starting to see some savings? Okay. How about this one? Okay. So a few weeks back, my oldest son had called me and he said, "Hey, Pop, I want to introduce you to my significant other." Now he had told me about her. I had spoken with her to her over the phone, but now they were going to come and spend some time. Okay, I think he might be getting serious here. Now, they came in. I think it was on I don't remember if it was a Friday night or a Saturday night, but the first night, we just wanted to get to know each other. So we met over Dr. Baby's house. That's what I call my significant other. So we were over Dr. Baby's house. She's got more room than I have at my place, and we decided to stay in. Her daughters were there. My daughter was there. So we wanted to, just do some pizza and wings and just get to know each other. Okay. Instead of just picking up the phone or just going online, guess what I did? BDM Travel. Went in the back office, and I knew we were going to probably spend about $100 on, three pizzas and a whole bunch of wings. And so I went back and I saw that for the place we were going to get pizza from, we could get a $50 off deal by paying $20 in advance. I did that. Okay. And so we got our pizza from Marco's. Got my Hawaiian a pizza with the ham and the pineapples. Don't beat me up, my friends who are of Islamic or Judaism. Don't beat me up. I know you don't eat that. Don't beat me up, okay? All right, but it was good. And here was the deluxe, and I really should have shown the Philly cheesesteak because that was the best one of them all. A whole bunch of wings, and there you can see my subtotal was $100.95, but BDM to the rescue, $50 off coupon. Paid $20 for it. So my net in terms of savings was $30. So look at what's already starting to happen. All right. Whether we're talking going on that amazing excursion. I want to go swim with the sharks. Dr. Baby don't want to do that, but I want to go swim with the sharks. So whether it's finding an excursion where I could swim with the sharks, or my lion go get the zebra African safari, my nice exotic vacation. Let's put some romance in there too. Okay. Uh, uh, or whether it is a restaurant or movies. You're like, if you just use the service, go in your back office every time you're about to spend money, go back there, check it out, see if you can save some money. Because when you click onto those local deals where there's like 2 million discounts and another one that had like 1 million discounts, we're talking everything from automotive and business and office and car rental and condos and resorts, which is different than another condos and resorts tab, cruises and tours, which is different than the cruises tab, up to 60% off, dining and food, which is different than the place where you go and you get that $50 off discount for $20 or $30 off for like $15 or whatever. Entertainment and recreation, and for my golfers out there, and health and beauty and home and garden, movie services. By the way, the movies is different than the tab that says movies. All right. We're talking so much savings. I just mentioned I'm going to be hitting the road. I need to get an oil change. I did my little thing. I'm like, ooh, I need to get an oil change. With 2.2 miles from me, I could go to Jiffy Lube and save 15% by going into my BDM travel. Maybe we should say BDM travel and savings. Okay. All right. So there are some options there for you. Now, here's what I want to do with the next little bit of time that we have. Okay. I want to share with you how we could get all of this from profits and not our pocket. So bear with me. Let me go. All righty here. Okay. All right. So for all of my guests, you're going to want to get back to the person that referred you to tonight's sharing. and get their BDM referral link. Okay. Now I'm going to show you something special in your back office when you come into log into your back office. Let's see. Am I still logged in? Is that it? That's not it. Hold on. Give me a moment. So when you log into your BDM back office, one of the things that you're going to see, I'm going to log into our test account here. This is what I trained from. One of the things that you're going to see is over here where it says income calculator. Okay. So I want you to spend a little time with that income calculator. Another thing is when you're at bdmcommunity.com, and when you put um, your username, so I'm going to use Sue Average. She's my test site. Okay. So this is still at BDM Community, but I want you to notice I'm under where it says Sue Average. Okay. By the way, nice video here. Take a look at that. But this is something that's real cool. You can click on $10 Gas Club, and you can now grab this URL, grab this link, and this is your BDM Gas Club link. It's tied directly to you, Sue Average. You see that up there? Hopefully you can see that. Okay. And it really nice page. It's got a nice video here. All right. It could be you just sent someone to this page and they click join now and start earning, and see they would be referred by you. I'm logged in as Sue Average. And then when they registered their BDM community site, it would take them automatically to where they could go on and be a part of BDM community by way of the gas club. They can go on and do their credit card or debit card right there. All right. So I want you to understand again just how simple John has made this. If I wanted to do the same thing with the grocery club or the car club. This is a really nice one. And that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Little video there, excuse me. Same thing. They click on join now. If they hadn't already joined, if that was the link you sent them, they would log in, they would register, I mean, and then it would take them right to where they could make a purchase with their credit card or their debit card. Now, for what I want to do right now, though, is I want to talk about the money side. How do we get to where we're buying our groceries, we're buying our house, we're taking the exotic vacations um, from our profits and not our pocket? All right, so this is where you're going to come in and you're going to go to the income calculator. So bear with me. Here we go. Okay. All right. So I want to walk you through how our model works first. Very simple. Okay. So we have a leveraged based unilevel. Now, what that means is anyone that you refer, all right, you can go as wide as you want. You can refer, 3 gets me free, 4 is even more. Well, what about 40? All right, if you want to do 40, you want to do 400, you want to do 4,000, doesn't matter. Okay. Now, what happens is the first of these clubs that is purchased by one of your personal referrals, you're going to get the commissioning for that. You're going to get the payout. You're first. The second person that makes a club purchase, all right, one of these particular clubs, you don't lose that person, all right. However, the commissioning is going to go up. This is a leverage based model based on a universal law of the harvest. The law of the harvest has at least 3 components. Could have more, but at least 3 components. Number 1, we reap what we sow. Number 2, we got to sow to reap. Number 3, when we reap more than what we sow. So the second purchase of one of those clubs at my referral, that payout is going up. The third, I'm the benefactor, or if it was your third, you'd be the benefactor. The fourth would go up. the fifth and beyond, you'd be the benefactor. Okay. Now you may say, ah, but that second and that fourth. No, don't you say, that second and that fourth. You should be saying, hey, that second and fourth. Why? Because that means that your first and your third and your fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth and however many, their second and fourths rise up to you, not the people, just the payout. And then those people, whoever those people are, those second and fourth people, their second and fourth, and their second and fourth, and their second and fourth, to get this, an unlimited depth. To an unlimited depth. Now, in our calculator, and that's why I want you to go back here so you can kind of plan out what you want to see happen for you and your family. All right. Um, we're just going to show you referring for so that you can get more, and then those people referring for, and those people referring for. And we're just going to take it through 12 levels. Now, remember, there is no depth cap. It can go as deep goes. It could be, instead of 12 levels, it can be 120. It could be 1200. Okay. There's no limit to that depth. And so you could be getting all of these payments from two and fours and two and fours and two and fours rolling up to you. All right. So let's just do this for right now. Let's just concentrate on the gas club, $10. That'd be an 80% payout, $8 going to one person. And if it's the first, third, fifth, and beyond, that's going to you. Second and fourth goes up. But then the second and fourth and second and fourth and second and fourth and second and fourth could be rolling up to you. All right. So you say, well, on $10, really, it can't be much. It's an $8 payout. I mean, that's cool. That's 80%. Can't be much. Can't be much. Well, you wouldn't be correct on that. If four beginning, four beginning, four beginning, four beginning, four, that could be $65,520 with a $10 outlay, and that could be annual renewable. So they come back and do the same thing next year. And the way our system works, there's an automated component of that. So this could be $65,000 a year. Now, let's look at the grocery club. I'm going to uncheck the gas club. We'll come back and look at all these clubs together. But let's just do the grocery club. $20, $16 rolling up, first, third, fifth, and beyond. The second and fourth, second and fourth, second and fourth rolling up to you. You refer for, they refer for, look, 131. And that could be annual renewable. I want to do this. I forgot. Let me uncheck this for just a moment. Let's go back to the gas club. Okay. What if I choose to do more than four? What if I refer five? Everybody else says four, 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 four. Let's see what would happen then. Just going to raise this to five. My 65,000 went to 98,000. Oh, what if I did six? The 131. Ooh, what if I did 10? That's what $10, folks. Profits, not just your pocket. And again, that could be annual renewable. Now let's go. Let's do the same thing. I'll come back down the four with the grocery club. $20 pays out $16. Four getting four, getting four, getting four. 131. Because of all those two and fours, two and fours, two and fours rolling up to you. You do five. Everybody else does four. 196. Annual renewable. You do six. You do 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, real quick, what if I did both? Ooh, ooh. And what I love about this calculator is it will tell you how much of that was the gas club, how much of that was the grocery club. Let's take it down. Let's take it down to four. Are you getting the big picture? Okay. You getting the big picture. Car club is $50. Okay. Four getting four, getting four, getting four, getting four, 327. What if you do five? 491, annual renewable. What if you do 6, 655? What if you do 10? What if you do the gas and the grocery and the car? Now, you might be saying, but you are assuming that everybody's going to get 4, getting 4, getting 4, getting 4. And we know that everybody's not going to get 4, getting 4, getting 4, getting 4. You're right. But I also only did this through 12 levels. So what do you say to that? That could be 18. And you'd be getting paid from the 18th level. That could be 27, and you're getting paid from the 27th level. Could be 120, and you're getting paid from it. And I just assumed here you did 10. Okay, I'll bring it down to 4. All right, that's times all 3 clubs. Did you hear me say annual residual? Did you hear me say that? So what if I didn't get all of the 524, but I got a percentage of it? I got 10% of it. I got 25% of it. Okay. All right. And we will have an optional Q&A. So Jose, I saw you pop up there. We'll make sure you get any of your questions answered. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Take them all off. Take them all off. Come back down to 4. Travel club. Travel club. Now, we've already seen the power of the travel club from a savings mechanism. Now, let's talk about from an earnings mechanism. Now, this is the one that's not pure crowdfunding. See, with pure crowdfunding, 80% can be paid out. Okay. Because there is a hard cost associated with the travel club. And when it renews, there's a hard cost also. All right. So, of the 149 outlay, 80 is what goes into the model. Okay. So we do the 4, get 4, 4, 4, 4 for 4. You know that by now. 655. You did 5. You did 6. You did 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's just the travel club standalone. Now, well, let's bring this back down to 4. Let's do them all. 1.179 million. So what if you just got a quarter of that, 25% of that? You're well over a quarter of a million. And these initial clubs, not the big elite ones, but these initial clubs are annual renewable. All right. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to uncheck them. Going to uncheck them. Going to check this one here, House Club. 4, getting 4, getting 4, getting 4, getting 4, getting 4, getting. Whoa. I hadn't even done, well, what if you do 5? I hadn't even done, well, hey, what if you do 6? I hadn't done, what if you do 7, 8, 9, 10? And so when you say to me, you're assuming, bald head dude, you're assuming with your lion loving self, lion, not lying, lion, king of the jungle. You're assuming that it's a perfect world. No, I'm not. I said, shoot, 6.5 million potential. If you got a quarter of that, is that cool with you? Cool with me. And that's just that alone, 250 outlay. So what if you did this? What if you said, let me do gas, grocery, car, travel, and house? If you did the numbers on that, that's less than $500, folks. So for less than $500, one, a little elbow grease, two, you could be in position where your gas is paid for, your groceries are paid for, any car you want is paid for, travel anywhere you want, stay as long as you want, have as many houses perhaps as you want. And that's you just getting 4. But what if you get 5, 6, 10? And this goes all the way up to 20. But let me not show that. And there's 2 other major things we've not talked about, and then I'm going to give it back to John. Let me tell you what we haven't talked about. These 2 things we haven't talked about. We haven't talked about the elite clubs, 500, 1,000, 2,500, 5,000, all the way up to 20,000. We hadn't talked about those clubs. So it's likely going to be that once you start really getting into profits, you're going to take a look at the 500 from profits and the 1,000 from profits, and your folks will likely follow suit. All right. The speed of the leader is the speed of the group. Okay. The second thing I have not talked about, just don't have time to talk about it tonight, is the fact this is just one of the compensation models we have at BDM Community. There are a total of three. They all have different ways that the payouts occur. So it really makes for a nice um, uh, multiple ways that you're paid. Excuse me, okay? But they all have the same uh, steps: $10, $20, $50, so on and so forth, all the way up to 20,000. So when you really start rolling, not only are you going to want to scale up in the leverage based unit level, but then you're going to dip your toe in those other compensation models, which is just going to generate more for the overall community. And as your people do the same, now in one spot, BDM community, in one spot, you can create multiple streams of income, multiple annual renewable streams of income. I just showed you the potential, the maybe, perhaps, all my disclaimers of seven figures, maybe even multiple seven figures with one of the compensation models. But there's two more. There's two more. All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get back to the person, excuse me, the person that referred you. Get their BDM community link, register, decide which of those clubs you're going to get started with. I can tell you the sweet spot is to get started with the clubs that we've talked about today. All right. And if you had the wherewithal to do so, that's $479. Okay. If you can't do that, get started with as many of those clubs as you possibly can. I'm really, really big on making sure that you get that travel club also. Okay. So maybe if you couldn't tack on the 250 right now, maybe you go all the way up through the travel club, because there's a really good shot that if you just use the travel club, that you could save more money than the gas club 10, the grocery club 20, the car club 50, the travel club itself 149, and even the house club of 250. If you just use the travel part, you should save well more than 479. That's what it costs, or what your outlay would be if you did all of those clubs out of pocket, whether you started there or whether you built your way up there. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to come off screen. I'm going to invite John to come back, and for John to give some words here. John, I do see a few hands. So, oh, okay, you already have it, John. Let me make sure. Hold on for just a moment, John. Let me make sure you've
Okay.
got. John, I'm going to make sure you've got the host.
Okay.
Okay, it's yours, John.
All right. Well, thank you, Professor. What a great presentation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a few minutes in our dashboard just to kind of familiarize with what we have here. Number one, we have a getting started video. You can click that from here. We also have a getting started text. Here we have the ability to connect to Stripe. And when you click on that, you're going to have a how-to. And I recommend that everybody clicks on this and probably go through this so that you will uh, save you time and trouble as you try to connect. So here's some instructions. And then if you click on the other, that's going to send you an email that will allow you to connect to Stripe. And the purpose for doing this is so you can receive your commissions directly deposited into your bank account. Whoop, I just sent Sue an email. All right, we have our income calculator that you just saw. So you can log in here, click on these, you can see how it works. Then we have purchase plan. So here's where you would actually go to purchase your gas club, grocery club, car club, travel club, house club. Uh, we briefly talked about the 2x2 matrix and the 1x3 matrix. That's how you purchase any of those. When you click one of those, it's going to bring you here where you can see the different clubs. You can also see where you can go all the way to the 20,000. We have genealogy. You have your total downline. Of course, Sue average, this is a dummy account, does not have any downline. Here's your clubs downlines, your 1x3 downline, your 2x2 downline. Here's your e-wallet. So you have, if you want to deposit crypto, you can pay with crypto. So deposit history, withdraw. This is how you would withdraw crypto, withdraw history. Here you can transfer, if you've got money in your account, you can transfer it to somebody else in your downline to help them get started. This will show your earnings and your transactions. Then we have our marketing tools. We will be adding some other things, but primarily right now we have landing pages. So you have here you have a landing page for your travel club, car club, gas club, grocery club, our perfect compensation plan. Okay, this is a secret script that's sold for upwards of $5,000. We're giving it away for free. Nice little video that goes with that. You might want to watch that. And this would be, if you know some people that are into personal transformation, this would be a good place to get some of those started. All right. We have our Telegram. Here's where you can connect to our Telegram links. Okay, so basically that covers our dashboard. Let's go ahead and take some questions. Okay, Jim Burrows, you should be able to unmute.
Yeah, you hear me okay, John?
Yes, go ahead, Jim.
Okay, I have about 2 or 3 questions, but they all relate to the same subject. I was in my back office today, and I was kind of curious, how do I use my credit card? When I go into the purchase plan and or the e-wallet, I don't see where I can use my credit card directory.
Okay,
Do I have to
so
go?
if we go here, for example, we click on purchase. Okay, right here's your credit card.
I'll be darned. I don't have that in my back office. All I have is the crypto for the MetaMask.
Are you logging into bdmcommunity.com?
Yes, I am.
Okay, maybe afterwards we can do a Zoom, or if you want to open up if you want to do a screen share, I can stop screen share. We can take a look at it right now if you want.
No, let's do it at a later time. It's not
Okay,
critical because I don't want to waste people's time. A lot of questions.
okay.
And so that answered that question. The other question is then, I noticed that when I got a commission, it went into my back office wallet. I was under the impression it was to go directly to Stripe.
Uh,
So I'm confused there.
well, we're just getting started with Stripe, and there's a lot of dots to connect. So what you have to do is you have to come up here and connect to Stripe, and then at the moment, you're going to have to request that, and then we will do a manual transfer to your bank account.
Okay,
Okay.
because when I clicked on that, it sent me an email, and then I got another email from Stripe saying, uh, "Please open an account." Says, "What? I got an account."
Well, uh, yeah, and that's why I
Yes.
encourage everybody when they click here, first go to how to connect to Stripe. So you follow these instructions, and it should be a simple process. There's a few steps you have to follow, but if you follow the steps, it shouldn't be a problem. Uh, when we when we talk a little later, Jim, maybe I can help you with that. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Man, so
Also,
that's basically my questions then.
okay. And also here, if you want to deposit with crypto, you would check this little radio button, change it from credit card to radio
Yeah.
button.
Which brought up another question. If I wanted my commissions to stay in crypto, because I don't want it to go to strip for tax reasons, um, can I do that? Or does it automatically go to strip and I have no choice about it?
Uh-huh. Yeah, we can probably do that. Uh, we can probably do that. The uh, the only factor would be is the money that comes in through a credit card. If we, then money is there to pay out those commissions. And the money that comes in through crypto, there's money, in the crypto to pay out commissions. So if we have a lot of people requesting crypto that paid with a credit card, we might deplete the crypto account. And then we would have to find a way to purchase crypto, uh, with the money in our credit card account, which
Yeah.
is
And then the other,
a little bit difficult. Anyway,
yeah.
these are things we'll figure out going forward.
Yeah. Last month or so, it was mentioned that OBDM would be getting our own crypto card where we could use it any place in the world. So that would be in crypto. So I would think we'd have to have an option to have our commissions go into crypto so we could use that card. Am I thinking correctly?
Well, Stripe has a card, and we're looking into that, how that's going to work. Um, but it wouldn't be in crypto. It would be in the currency, of the country you're in. So you would go to an
Okay.
ATM or you'd go to a grocery store, wherever you could use a debit card, credit card, and then spend your money that way.
Okay. So be within the country you live in, I guess.
Yeah,
Not any country.
yeah.
Okay, I'll shut up and I'll let somebody else ask their
Okay.
question.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Michael, you should be able to unmute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, quick. Sorry. How soon do you anticipate the business cards?
The debit cards.
Business cards
Oh, the business
for
cards.
promoting. Yeah.
Uh, they've actually been created. I'll get with my graphics guy. I'll make a note here and get with my graphics guy and see if we can get those posted. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't understand you, John.
Okay. So over here on when we go to marketing tools and we have business cards,
Oh, I didn't see it.
well, they haven't been posted yet, but this is where you'll go to find them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, next We have Carlton.
Hey, how's it going there, John?
Good. How are you, Carlton?
Good, good. Ran into so many things earlier today. I wasn't able to WhatsApp you, but I did add you. So, uh, but no worries. I figured I'd jump on the call. I can just get a couple of questions in real quick.
Sure.
So I did get everything, situated in the site. Bought a little sample package or what have you. The question that I have is on the marketing tools on the landing page. The perfect compensation plan and the video that will change your life forever are not working on mine.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
everything, but just those two.
Okay. I'm just making a note.
Uh, so I definitely want that last one, the
Okay.
secret. I love what you had to say about that. I did check out the other audio on it. So that's one question. The other major question I have for you, and I think I asked this in email, but I want to make sure that I'm clear on it. So right now, just testing out the wheels here. So I clicked on the purchase on the gas. So let's just say, I sent out a link and somebody comes in and they buy the grocery one. Will I get paid on that, or I have to be in the grocery one as well in order to get paid on it?
You will get paid, but it'll be on hold, which will be money in your wallet toward purchasing your grocery club. And the purpose for that is to prevent people from coming in and really not joining anything and, building an income and then withdrawing all that money and not doing anything to benefit their sponsor. Okay, so it's actually a forced step up. And that's what will happen is, if you bring people in that are working and they're building and making you money, then when you reach enough money in your wallet to step up to the grocery club, that will be an automatic step up. The system will step you up with money that's already in there. And then what remains in the balance, you'll be able to withdraw. But until you earn enough money to step up to that grocery club, then well, actually if you earn more money from the gas club, that will be withdrawable. But then if you're earning more money from the grocery club, the person that's working there, that money will go on hold until you actually pay for the grocery club yourself. Does that make sense? You got muted, Carlton.
Wow, I was talking and you wasn't hearing nothing that I was saying. No worries. But yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. That's actually a very ingenious incentivizing platform and way to do business. I like that. I like that very much. One last question, and I'll turn it over to somebody else so that they can get some questions answered. I was perusing some of the YouTube, just going all the way back and listening to some of the information. Question I have for you is, okay, so for someone that may not necessarily, or should I say, burnt out family and friends with different um, opportunities. You mentioned on one of your videos about some type of way or method, or I guess something to get this out there through another channel. I'm assuming some type of marketing or using like UDMI or fiber or something like that. You remember, or any suggestions you have in regards to not necessarily calling on your friends and family?
We've produced a bunch of little short videos that you can post on your social media and that type of thing. I don't
Yep.
think those have been posted yet.
No,
Or you,
every time I'm in there in the back office, yep, I've seen those.
oh, okay. So yeah, you can actually download those and post them to your social media. That would be one thing you could do. There are different advertising platforms out there, but I wouldn't, we say we burned our warm market. I wouldn't necessarily discount those people because we've got a $10 program.
Right. Like, who
I
can't
mean,
afford dollars?
If they invest $10 and never sponsor anybody, what did they lose? A cup of coffee? But
Right.
let's face it. Let's face it. Anybody that goes to work with that gas club video, the gas club landing page, and just starts sharing that with people, certainly you're going to be able to find your 4 people or more. And then as you're earning money there, you're going to want to step up. You're going to want to step up. They're going to step up. It's just an automatic progression. But with a $10 entry level, who wouldn't risk $10 for the opportunity to potentially never have to pay for their gasoline again? Yeah,
Yep.
some people will say no initially. They might still be so skeptical that they wouldn't put out $10, but some will, some won't.
Yeah.
But you just tell them, I know you've been burnt with other programs, but how much did you invest? Was it $100, $1,000, tens of thousands of dollars? A lot of people have lost, tremendous amounts of money,
Yep, I have
but
$250,000.
but here again, we're talking about $10. Just say,
Big difference.
Would you take 3 minutes to watch a video if you potentially never had to pay for gasoline again? 3 minutes, you'll know one way or the other, won't you?
Yep.
There you go.
Good point. Appreciate you, man.
All righty. Thank you, Carlton. Okay, Natasha. You should be able to unmute. Okay.
Hey everyone, hi. My question is about the direct bank transfer. I would like to know if there can be a direct bank transfer considering that Stripe might not be available to all countries. Is that possible?
Um,
Where we give you our information, or the account
well,
number
yeah, we could
and the code.
probably do a bank wire. Again, we're looking into these, the ability to put money on a card that you would be able to, would be able to transfer money to. If you're in a country that Stripe is not yet connected to yet, I know they're working on connecting more countries all the time. I believe they're working on Barbados. They're working on, I think, Morocco, probably others. But they are expanding as they go forward. So yeah,
Okay, so in the meantime,
and I'm looking at a couple other things that might be available as well.
okay.
Again, we're new to Stripe. We're new to taking credit cards, so it may take us a little while to get connected to something that will take care of everybody.
Okay, okay.
Does that help?
Yes, that helps. I was
Okay.
considering the other question just now with the groceries. I thought of that too as well because I
Uh-huh.
was wondering that same thing with the gas if someone comes in with groceries because I joined under the gas club and I have
Right.
been sharing steadily since I joined. I was sharing to all types of groups. I have people now who are interested, who's supposed to come on
Uh-huh.
and they're interested. So I have been sharing, but I think that for me, I find that one-on-one, like to talking to a person on an individual basis, I find that that works more than when you join, even on social media,
Mm-hmm.
because I find it's a lot of hard work putting the post out there like every single day, whether it's to share or to just drop a link there. I find it's really time consuming. But I find that with one-on-one on individual basis with your friends or family or even like acquaintances or somebody you probably just meet, or a workplace or you meet on your
Mm-hmm.
day-to-day goings. I find that you talk to them, you get to talk to them, interact with them. I find that to me that works better because
Absolutely.
then it really does work because you know for sure if that's a yes or a no. But when you put it out there on social media, it's just there hanging. And some people might come in your inbox and ask you about it. Some have done that and show their interest and they say, well, think about it. But that is still a think about it. But when you talk to people directly, I find that that helps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And the best way to make a friend is to listen. Too often we want to talk about ourselves. We want to talk about our opportunity. We just want to jump in as soon as we hear a problem. Oh, I've got something to take care of your problem. And, that's not the time. What you need to do is you actually need to develop a friendship. And once you do that, people will be willing to do business with you because they know that you care. So, how do you make friends? Ask questions. Get to know them, get to know their interests. Um, and then probably, within, a few minutes, they're going to be talking about things that concern them, the price of gas, the price of groceries, different problems that they might have. And then you can say, I've just run into something that you could actually get involved with for as little as $10 that might solve your problem. Could I send you a 3-minute video? And then if you're talking on the phone, the best thing to do is just, if they say yes, say, okay, I'm going to stay on the phone, while I send you the video, just to make sure you get it. And when they get the video, just tell them to click on it and you stay there for the 3 minutes until they're done watching the video. And I think the gas club is probably more like 1 minute. And so then that they've been exposed. They may be ready to get started right then. If not, that's fine. You know, can I have your permission to stay in touch with you and follow up with you? There you go. Thank you. Let's go on to our next caller. Let's see, Jose Gomez.
Hello,
Hello,
can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, I paid for the gas and the groceries, but I have a little question. How do you
Sure.
use it?
Well, okay, crowdfunding, you actually receive cash.
Okay.
And you probably heard of paying it forward, right?
Yeah.
Okay, paying it forward is somebody gives you a blessing, somebody benefits you, and then you turn around and benefit somebody else. That's paying it
Okay.
forward. You already received something, now you're going to help somebody else. Crowdfunding is just the opposite. You help somebody else, and then you share it with others in order for you to be helped. Okay.
Oh, okay. Because I have the groceries and I have the gas.
Right.
And then I was thinking of getting the car and the travel and the house.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's a great place to start because if you people are going to tend to do what you do. And if you're starting at that level and you're referring this to somebody else, they're going to say, well, where did you start? And you can tell them. And quite often, if they have the ability to do that, they'll start at the same place. And if everybody was starting with all of the 5 clubs, imagine how much more quickly, the money would begin to generate. Unbelievably, how fast you could be, you know, in the thousands of dollars of income.
So do you have a like? Can you order shirts and hats or shirts and T-shirts to wear to advertise, or how do you do it?
Yes, there are some things in the shop on the lower left-hand side of your dashboard right now. I haven't looked at that lately, and we will be probably adding some more stuff there. Um, but yes, you can do that. Another thing with the business cards, imagine if you printed business cards, a little one-liner about the gas club, and every time you go to the gas station, you take a minute and hand out a few cards, hand out a card to the gas station attendant. If you're going inside, hand one to the cashier and, just bless other people. If imagine if the, cashier gas station attendant joins and they print some cards and everybody that comes to get gas, they start giving them a gas card saying, "Hey, here's a way that you may never have to pay for gas again." That would be a great way
So
to
it's
build
so
a
it's so it's
business.
crowdfund. So it's crowdfunding then. That's what this
It
is.
is.
Oh, okay.
And see, you could do the same thing at the grocery store. You have a business card with the grocery club. You could literally stand outside the door and everybody that goes in, uh, you know, say, "Hey, can I give you a gift?" Or
Oh,
as you're in the grocery store standing in line, you talk to the person in front of you, the person behind you, you hand one to the person who's checking you out. And, you know, I just believe that it's just a numbers game. The
yeah,
more the more people you contact, whether it's with a business card, a phone call, through social media, however, and personal contacts are always the best, then this could grow tremendously. Car club, you make some business cards and you go into car dealers and you start giving those to the car salesman. Imagine if some of those join and start passing one to every customer that comes through the door, because not everybody comes in with cash or the ability to buy a car today, but they're looking. And if they
yeah,
could find a way to crowd fund the money for that new car, pay cash, wouldn't that be great?
yeah,
Travel club, imagine being on a cruise or exotic vacation and you're running into people, you're meeting people every day that are relaxed, they're happy, they're enjoying life, and you hand them a card. Hey, maybe I can save you some money on your next vacation. Imagine that.
yeah,
And you could do the same thing with a house club. You go in and you talk to some real estate agents. You give them a card. They're meeting people all the time that want a new house but don't have the money to get it. And if they could crowd fund the money they need to pay cash for their new, their dream home, wouldn't that be great?
yeah.
So there's infinite ways that we have here that you can share this opportunity. Let your imagination, lead you to where you need to go. Through trial and error, you will be able to build a business that literally can be renewable, can last for a lifetime.
All right, that sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Jose. Maxine.
Yes, hi John. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The question is, I joined the gas club, but I noticed in the back office that I have landing pages to all of the others. Does
You
that
don't,
mean I could still
yeah, you can
promote
yeah,
the other
yeah,
ones?
absolutely. You can promote all of them. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
And
But as you said
you won't,
before, the money will you will hold that money until
that's
I
right.
upgrade,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then it gets released.
That's right.
Okay. The next question I have, I had tried to open a Stripe account before for something else, and I
Uh-huh.
had gotten turned down. Will this prevent me from opening another Stripe?
I don't think so. This is actually will be a connection to us so that you
Oh,
can
okay.
receive commissions. So um, it shouldn't be a problem. If you need some help, contact me and we'll see what we can do. Okay.
All right. And what about PayPal? You don't do PayPal for payouts?
We don't currently do PayPal. Um, I had PayPal with another business that I was doing when I first started my other business, and they actually ended up stealing, sorry, $18,000 from me and
Oh,
never gave it back. And they closed my PayPal account, and I've
okay.
just haven't had success in working with them since that time. I
Okay.
think they're ashamed of themselves, and so they've actually prevented me from getting PayPal accounts. We did
Okay.
nothing wrong, but
All right.
anyway, we're not the only business that PayPal did that too.
Mm-hmm.
If you go online, you can find that what I'm saying is actually true.
I've had a business account for over 10 years. I've never had a problem, so that's the reason why I was asking.
Yeah, a lot of
Okay.
people have done business with PayPal for years and never had a problem. We grew extremely fast when when we had that PayPal account, and we put a lot of money through that account in a very short period of time, and they probably just suspected us of fraud or something like that.
Right. Okay. And how long will the business card, how long is it going to take for you to upload the business cards?
I'm going to talk to my graphics guy later today. He comes on in a couple 3 hours, so I'll be talking
Okay.
with him about that today.
Okay. All right. That's all the questions I have.
Okay, thank
Thanks
you,
for
Maxine.
answering. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, David. Okay, you're unmuted. Go ahead, David. You should be able to talk. Maybe check your, okay, check your microphone on your device. Maybe you're muted on your device. If you want to come back, we'll go ahead and take another caller in the meantime. Charles.
Yes, may I suggest Rise card?
What's that?
Rise.
I didn't understand what you said.
May I suggest the Rise credit card?
I'm still not understanding you, Charles.
The Rise credit card, may I suggest you use the Rise credit card? Rise, W-I-S-E, Rise credit card. It's international.
WISE?
Yeah. Credit card, it's international. Rise.
Okay. WISE?
Yes.
Okay. I can look into that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles.
You're welcome.
Okay. Passive pathway.
Greetings, John.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, it's a pleasure to be here again. My question that I want to ask, if I'm paying solely in e-wallet, cryptocurrency, but the persons that I invite are paying in debit card, Stripe is not allowed in my country as yet. Um, gross profit, is it that all will it be transferred to me? Yes.
Uh, we've got a bad connection, but I think you're asking if you're paying in crypto and other people are paying in credit card, can you withdraw with crypto? At the moment, you can, and we'll try to figure out a way for that to happen because uh, we have a number of people who are paying with crypto. So these are details we'll have to work out as we go, as we go forward, but we'll find a way to take care of that, okay? All right, Mike.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Mike?
Good. Yeah, one of the questions, Stripe, I don't think works in Canada. I think I tried that one time and they wouldn't allow it in Canada. So Wise does work in Canada. It actually Wise works all worldwide. So does Pay
Uh-huh.
Quicker, but in Canada, Stripe does not work. So if everything goes together at this point, all the money can go directly into our wallet until there is a way to pay it to Canada.
Um, I believe Stripe does work in Canada now, but we can
I'll give it
definitely
I'll give it a
we
try.
can
I'll give it a try tonight. But if it doesn't, then it goes to the wallet then until we're ready to take it out,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All
That's
right.
all I wanted to know.
Okay. Thank you, Mike.
Who's the professor? Thank you.
Okay, David. Okay. Did you get your device unmuted? You're unmuted on the Zoom, but I think you're muted on your device. Okay. All right. Well, apparently David's having a little technical uh, issue there. Let's go ahead and we'll close out. So what a night. For those of you who logged on a few minutes early, we watched a powerful video that was not only motivational, but also transformational. And personal transformation is part of our mission at BDM Community, as well as financial transformation. We came together as visionaries, as believers, as doers, and now we leave more empowered, more connected, and more equipped to walk in purpose. Remember this: we are a community, and to have success and keep your fire burning hot, you need to stay plugged in, because when you scatter coals from a fire, they quickly grow cold and burn out. And never say that you can't, because you can. What one person can do, others can too. You may not do it as quickly or as efficiently, but practice improves your skills and the speed with which you will grow your business. And as you share with others, you will soon have others helping you to grow and succeed. So as we say goodnight, know that the seed you plant in this community grows far beyond you personally. The impact is real. And the best part, we're just getting started. Stay inspired, stay committed, stay generous, and let's keep doing what we were born to do. God bless, and we'll see you on our next call.